Hola mi gente, Joe Barreto back with you at the Credit Card Connection. I'm so glad you can join me. Today's video is going to be a lot of fun. The last couple of weeks I was getting ready to plan out what cards I'm going to review and what I'm going to discuss and so on and so forth. And I'm coming up on a year to have one particular card. And it was a card that actually got me started on this journey to do, videos on credit cards, points and miles, and so on. Last December, I opened up this card. And before I even tell you the name of the card, you're going to like this so much that I'm going to ask you right now to do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button because it's going to help my channel, help us grow. I want to get to at least 3,000 subscribers before the end of November. So I appreciate you guys just smashing both of them. So let's get going. So in my quest to review this card, I'm also going to throw out a challenge to my fellow creators out there. And I've kind of given them a heads up already online. So I wanted them to tell me or make a video or send it to me, or they can post it on their own channel, but which card is the one that they can't live without, all right? Which is their favorite and why, and or which card do they still don't have and they really want but they haven't gotten yet and why. So I'm gonna do a little bit of both. I'm gonna tell you the one card right now, and it's gonna be also as a review of this card as to why I can't be without it, why I won't be without it, and although it's not cheap, you're going to see why I still think I get a lot of value. And as most of you guessed that by now, I am talking about the American Express Platinum card. Now, it's an eye-watering $695 a year. It's by far the most expensive card that I've ever had. Okay, so $695 as it stands now. The way Amex has been going, I don't know, guys, but $750 is a lot if they're going to raise stuff and change stuff. And I'm not just throwing these numbers out there, but it's just based on numbers and changes we've seen over the last couple of months where they've added, $100 or more to the price of an annual fee on one of their cards. So I'm just saying $695 is a lot. But, all right, and here's a big but. I'm still keeping this card. This is my card. This is the go-to. This is the one that I count with. This is the one that I've been able to plan trips and done trips in this past year that I never thought I would do. This is the card that gives me access to places that I had never had access to before. I'm not kidding you. Prior to December 2022, I was that guy sitting at the gate with people sneezing, coughing, and complaining that the flight is delayed. That was me. After December 2022, and I got my American Express Platinum, this was the game changer for me. So I'm going to go over some of the negatives still, because there are some negatives, and that is some of, rainbows and unicorns, but I'm going to tell you why, to me, the benefits far outweigh right now the $695 annual fee. So here we go. The first negative, though, when I got the card, I had to spend $6,000 in 6 months to get the 100,000 points. That was the offer at that point. They've since raised the requirement to $8,000 spend in 6 months. Now, over 6 months, not as bad, because some of the other cards out there are 3 months, but still a $2,000 jump to get the sub, it's a little hard to swallow, right? But I'm gonna forgive them for that. Here's one that I don't know if I could forgive them for, guys. So I got 3 authorized users earlier this year for $175 for 3 cards, okay? I gave one to my wife, my son, my sister. My sister travels like crazy, and the lounge access was really the key for me with her. Now, what happened a month or so ago? American Express goes ahead and changes this to $195 per card. Per card, okay? So I think I'm going to lose some authorized users along the way, but that's still hard. See, if you only had one and you were paying $175 for one card anyway, it's a $20 jump, big deal. But when you had so many, this is where they really got it. So I'm guessing they're trying to clamp down on the lounge access and things like that. But still, even if you're an authorized user for $195 and you're getting these benefits, if that person's giving you the money to become an authorized user, I'm okay with that. But if you're just gifting this out, I'm not Santa Claus and I can't swing 200, almost 200, 200, 200 to keep churning these authorized users. So that's the negative. But now we're going to smile, guys, because now we're going to see why this is my go-to and I'm not getting rid of this card. I use almost all of their benefits. I'm not even kidding. I'm not exaggerating. And I'm going to spit fire through these because in the past year, I've gotten so much out of it that I need to share this with you guys. And this is why this is the go-to, the GOAT card. I use a $240 a year digital entertainment credit, SiriusXM, and I throw on Peacock. I think I'm a few dollars over, but they give me at least, to the $20 a month. Fine by me. So $240 a year digital entertainment, we're good to go. I use it. Now, this is gonna sound kind of funny, but Walmart Plus, there's no Walmarts really near where I live. So when I go to Florida, to my home in Florida, there's a ton of Walmarts down there. So this gives you Walmart Plus. Now, what I like the Plus part is, even though I don't have a gas card here, I have an electric car. But when I travel, I use the Walmart Plus part of the card to get discounts on gas at either Walmart gas stations or Exxon and Mobil gas stations. And you get a pretty decent percentage off on per gallon. So I use it for that. But even more than anything else, I use it for the Paramount Plus subscription because there's a hell of a lot of good shows on Paramount Plus. So I use it for that. So I do take full advantage of that Walmart Plus benefit. Now, in addition to other benefits, and I'm going to stick to the car side of things, you're going to get, status and the top level status, let's say at Avis, at Hertz, at National. I've rented from Hertz. I'm going on in a couple of days. Actually, when I post this, I will already be, God willing, in Florida. But I've been renting from Hertz. The last video I put up, I told you, I put in to rent a Mazda 3 and I got a Mercedes-Benz GLB SUV. So the presidential circle status is phenomenal and I use it all the time. So for that, can't say much more about it. I mean, it's phenomenal to have that. Plus, I take the premium insurance coverage with them because with Amex, the only ding on it is that it's secondary insurance. It's not primary like a Chase card. But for $24.95 when you rent, it covers you from day 1 to day 42. So you pay $24.95, one-shot deal, but it covers you for over a month. So that's phenomenal for me. So I take that and I use it all the time. Now, lounge access. Lounge access, people have been whining and complaining. Luke said it best the other day on the video he put up. Luke, I hope you're having a good time in Europe. But people whine and complain, oh, I can't get into that lounge. Oh my God, look at the line. Oh my God. Guys, then allot time for it. You could just wait a little bit or get there early. One or the other, right? So get there early and take advantage. But I've used the lounges and Centurion lounges at San Francisco. I use it at LaGuardia. I've used their Plaza Premium lounges in Orlando. It's beautiful. The only thing I'm going to give it, it has nothing to do with Amex. It was just the Priority Pass lounge that I went to in Jacksonville. Club Jacks was just straight up trash. So that's just for you. Trash, basura. So I would never go there again, even though I got to go through Jacksonville now. I'm going to just keep walking past that and just go to Shula's. But the lounge access Amex offers, especially even for their authorized users. My sister, my son, and my brother-in-law got to use it in Lisbon this summer when we were all traveling with our families to Europe. And my sister's flight got canceled twice, and twice she was able to access lounges. So it was a no-brainer. It was a full-on win for her to have this, okay? One thing that I'm going to use for the first time, which I'm really excited about, and I'm going to use it the first week of November while I'm in Florida, I'm finally going to take advantage of the $200 hotel credit for the fine hotels and resorts that Amex has. So I booked a room at the JW Marriott in Orlando in Bonnet Creek. And literally, guys, I'm not kidding you. The hotel was over 400 and something a night. They gave me the $200 statement credit immediately by the next day, once it posted to my account, it said $200 statement credit. But they also give me $100 to use on meals or drinks or whatever at their hotel, at the bar or whatever. Or you could use it for a spa experience and so on. Plus, I called the concierge and the concierge said, look, the odds are on the date, and especially on the time of the year that you're going, they'll give you the upgrade to a suite. So again, guys, I'm gonna get either a meal there, drinks there, an upgraded suite, just for having the card. Concierge did the dirty work for me. I didn't have to go online and do anything. They did it all for me. They sent me an email confirmation, good to go. So that I'm gonna post a video on how that works out and see if that's really truly a benefit that I'll be using from now on. But I'm gonna try it for the first time. So that's another benefit I've used from this card. Speaking of concierge, now this is, I don't know if many people use it, but back in April, I took a couple of students on a trip to Washington, D.C. to meet with congressional leaders and senators. There was a restaurant I wanted to take them to called Lardente. Lardente was sold out. There was nothing, zero. You could try Open Table, you could try all the stuff. I tried Resi, which is an Amex owned company, right? Nothing. So my trip was I wanted to take them on a Tuesday for dinner. Sunday, I called the concierge line at Amex and I said, look, I want to take these people to have a great time. What can you do? They said, well, they're booked solid, but let's see what we could do. I made that call at about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. By 9 o'clock at night, I got a confirmation email that they had a table reserved for 5 people. Now, here's what's funny. I'm with the students. They're in awe of what they're seeing. They're enjoying the food. They treated us just in such an amazing way that it was great to be with young people in the early 20s to have an experience like this. So later on in the evening, when we go back to the hotel, some of the congressional staff is in. They're like, "Were you guys at that restaurant Lardente?" I said, "Yeah." We couldn't get in. They had them standing at the bar and they didn't get a table. They said, "How did you get that?" I said, "With my American Express Platinum card and their concierge service." Not kidding, not gassing it. It was perfect. So the concierge, don't sleep on it. They really do help. It's really just that's there for you. No, like the woman told me, no question is still stupid to ask. Just ask, and they came through like a champ. So another huge bonus and benefit for that. Now, one of the other credits that I use with Amex, the Global Entry, I got my Global Entry card at Newark. I also did the Clear credit, and that has been you see the line sometimes at Newark, and then you see the quick that they hand walk you with Clear to get to the front of the TSA pre-check line. That's a win. And when you come back from Europe and there's no line for you to come in because you have Global Entry, double win. So this card gives me that access, and that was money in my pocket, and if not, it was stress off my shoulders and my head. So that was perfect. I've also used, and some people make fun that you're just going to get, lotion, colognes and stuff, but the Saks credit of $50, every 6 months, so $100 a year. I put a little note on my phone just to remind me to pick something up. Or if I'm buying something that's more expensive, I get the $50 off anyway. So again, would I have gone to Saks all the time to get that? No, but it's there, so why not just take advantage of it? Now, the credit that I've used in a roundabout way, and I've actually been sharing with people because I learned it from some of the creators out there. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. They taught me this hack. And this travel hack is for you to take advantage of the $200 airline incidental credit. What I do is, because I fly United, because that's the hub here in Newark, United has their travel bank, like a wallet. So I move 2 times in $100 increments the money that American Express is offering for their $200 incidental credit. And I get to use it, and I could use it to buy lounge passes through United for the United clubs, or to offset the price of a ticket. And actually, after I did the 100 the first time into the travel bank, I tried to see if it would work to just buy straight up the lounge pass, and it worked. I wouldn't tell you to try it. Like they say, your mileage may vary, but it worked. So I think that that's just a great hack. And I believe Delta does the same. So I take advantage, full advantage of those $200 there. Now, the Amex offers is another huge bonus because this summer, when I was away in Paris, as I show up to a restaurant, I get an alert that says $200 spent in certain stores and restaurants in Paris. If you spend 200 or more, they give you a $40 statement credit right off bat. Went to the restaurant instantly. You see, you have used your Amex offer and will receive the $40 statement credit. So guys, there are even things that you don't even know you're gonna get, and by having it, I got it, and I was able to use that at a beautiful restaurant in Paris. Even though the bill was astronomical, 40 bucks is 40 bucks. There goes that mojito that I got. That was, I think, 25 bucks for it, so they covered my mojito. I'll take that as a win anytime. The other thing is hooking up my Amex cards with Rakuten. So I just a couple of days ago, and hopefully the people that I bought it for aren't seeing this, but there was offers that they had for Hydro Flask. And Hydro Flasks are expensive to buy, and they had a hell of an offer there in Amex, so I took full advantage of that. So that's just to show you that having the card also has these benefits and built-in offers. And I use services like Rakuten to get those membership rewards points. I use MaxRewards to open up and attach the offers to my card. I'm not being sponsored by them, but that's the honest God truth. I do use that. The other thing is the coverage that the Amex gives me for my electronics, my camera equipment, my lighting, my laptop that I got, my phone. You know, they double the warranty. They give you the, if you have any problems where you lose something, they'll cover the up to, I think it's $300 for certain things. But in other cases, they do cover costs of full items that you get. So their purchase protections are great. Their warranty protections are great. So I use those all the time. The other good thing is that they're referrals, where some cards will give you referrals links, but only if you have that particular card. So for instance, if you have a Chase Sapphire Preferred, they'll send you the preferred link, but not one for Freedom Flex or a Freedom Unlimited. With Amex, you get a referral link and the person has to just pick out the card they want, and then those cards are assigned a certain number of points that you'll get back once they're approved. This year, I met the max for 100,000 points back from Amex by, I think, April, literally. So in a couple of months, I just was getting crazy referrals, and I met the max there. And if you think about it, at the low end, 100,000 points from Amex is worth $1,000. And you look for 2 cents per point for other things. So you're looking at least $2,000. I got just some referrals from American Express. So again, no brainer for having the card. Now, this is one of the reasons why I'm going to end it here. Oh, before I do that, just remember that I just saw one of my notes. So I had the Platinum. My nephew was going to Coachella in the spring, and I got him an authorized user for now they changed it to the companion card, but it used to be the gold card for the Platinum. I know it's confusing, but that's what it was. And he got the gold card, went to Coachella, and was able to get on different rides and amusements and have access to get into lounges to get air conditioning because you're in a desert. So that was huge, right? So they gave you these little perks, and you do this also at the US Open here in New York, and there's other events nationwide that Amex uses, you know, that are Amex sponsored events. So having this card also allows you to have access to those things. So to me, that was huge, being able to hook him up, you know, on a hot desert, and being able to go into AC and get, you know, like swag bags and things like that. That was cool to have as well. So, like I said at the beginning, this is the card that thrust me into the points and miles game without question. It opened my eyes to all the possibilities that are out there for travel, for just elevated luxury travel, you know. Prior to then, I mean, I've had, as the card says, I've had Amex, but not the Platinum. I had the Amex since 1989. A lot of you watching this weren't born, and your parents probably didn't even know each other at that point. But 34 years is a long time to be with one brand. And I have to tell you, even though they've done some changes I'm not thrilled about, I gotta give this card my all. This is gonna be the one that I'm not gonna get rid of. Now, changing gears, and I'm just gonna make this brief because I will do, if I do apply for it, I'll come back because I tell you that's how I do this. I try to get all the cards. 19 this year. Don't know why, but 19. But the card I would really want, and I'm going to give them the credit. For the past couple of weeks, a lot of the creators have been doing videos on the Hilton because the Hilton cards underwent some changes through Amex. And I was on the fence whether to go Marriott Brilliant card or, I have the Hilton Honors card, but I'm looking at the Aspire. Even though they raised it again, another eye-watering $550 for this card, but the perks that everybody's telling me about, and the status, the diamond status that it brings you, and the statement credit you'll get for flights if you book it with that, and the other protections that it gives you, and the property credit that they give you, this might be the card that's next, because I was really looking at the Chase Sapphire Reserve for a minute, and I might do the product change from Sapphire Preferred to Reserve. The problem is, as everybody else says, the multipliers across Chase's cards are the same. Where it does change for the Reserve is the lounge access and the multipliers if you do it through the travel portal. But since I'm not going to do a lot of the stuff through the travel portal, is it worth me going from a $95 card to a $550 card when their baseline multipliers on dining and things like that are the same? I don't know. But the Hilton Aspire, and I want to give this shout out to, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Luke, Anthony Venture, Chase, I want to thank you out there as well. Sledge, you give it love. All of the creators out there that do it. And you've kind of been pushing me that way, Stan, the credit frog. So you open my eyes, and it might be that there might be a Hilton Aspire card in my future. So we'll see, guys. But for now, the GOAT. I'm going to get people hating on me, saying I'm a fanboy. You know what? If this calls me a fanboy, so be it. I'm a fanboy. I'm going to own it because the card is worth it to me. And I didn't go through the totals because I could have, like I told you last time, I don't know how to do those graphic things yet. I'm going to take a class. But, you could tell by the numbers I'm rattling off to you and the savings that I've gotten, it just outpaces the $695 a year that the card is charging a year. So, mi gente, if you stayed here till the end, I thank you. Don't forget to give it a like and a subscribe. As always, I appreciate you guys. I thank you for listening to me. Wish me luck in Florida. Until next time, mi gente. Peace.